In testimony to be delivered today, the witness from the State Department has said at no time was the security of the American personnel at the U.S. Embassy compromised. I hope that is the case. I have been told that it is. Bringing your attention to a couple of documents which don't seem to reconcile completely with your testimony today. On July 19th, 2007, and if we can put this document up, this was after the contract had begun, and I'm quoting the document, I consider the contract deficiencies addressed below to endanger performance of the contract to such a degree the security of the U.S. Embassy in Kabul is in jeopardy. End of quote. A year later, a letter to AGNA, once again in a document from the State Department, AGNA's inability to permanently correct personnel staffing shortages has negatively impacted the security posture of the local guard program for the U.S. mission to Kabul. The staffing situation has further deteriorated to a level that gravely endangers performance of guard services in a high-threat environment such as Afghanistan. These are two documents that were generated by the State Department that has this language in them. I'm trying to reconcile your testimony today with those documents and want to give you a chance to do just that.
Oh, really what I think that you see in the first letter and really in the subsequent one is what I've actually encouraged all the contracting officers that work in my section to do, which is to be tough with the contractor at the very beginning and make sure that they know that we're serious about these things.
And I don't mean to put words in your mouth.
Okay.
And I'm good at doing that, so stop me if I do it. But what you're saying is that the first letter was meant to be serious with them, but it probably wasn't quite as serious as it sounded. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Senator McCaskill, I think maybe to put it this way, I have a new contractor. And frankly, Senator McCaskill, I think that you want the contracting officers in the federal government to be tough on contractors, particularly when they're starting into a new contract.
Okay. And so let's just, for purposes of this discussion, let's take that first letter and say this is the new sheriff, the new contractor.
That's right.
You're going to be tough.
Yep.
But then a year later, you use the language gravely endangers performance of guard services in a high-threat environment such as Afghanistan. Now, this is a full 12 months later, Mr. Moser. I mean, are we still exaggerating to get their attention, or were we not saying what was accurate at that point in time?
A year later, yes, we were right there on that borderline where we were thinking about continue with them, terminate them. What are we going to do? And, we had lots of discussions in the department about what to do. So we knew that there were problems. But that said, and as I said in my testimony, the day-to-day tasks on the ground were still adequate.
I think it's important to put on the record right now that the first letter you've made an effort to explain. The second letter you've made an effort to explain. But I think it's very important to point out that on the initiative of the state, in March of this year, you did a check and inspected the guards and found that 18 posts had been left empty by the guards on duty at the embassy. And that was March of this year. So
no, March of last year. Was that 2008 or was that 2009?
This is 2009. That's this year, the third year of the contract.